And accordingly, now I am going to invite all the panelists one by one for the dais. I would like to request Dr. Kaustubh Upadhyay, sir, who is the advisor in the ministry. Please come on the dais and take your seat. I would like to request Srimati Manju Sharma Madam, who is additional CEO, ZEM. Please come on the dais. Respected Dr. G. Prabhakar Rao, sir, Deputy Medical Commissioner, Ayush ESIC, please come on the dais. This is my humble request with Dr. Mukesh Kumar, sir, who is the MD of IMPCL, please come on the dais. I would like to request Dr. T.K. Hridek, MD Aushadhi, Kerala, please come on the dais. My humble request with Dr. Shobha Chandran Madam, please come on the dais, who is MD HOMCO, Kerala State Homeopathic Cooperative Pharmacy. I would like to request Dr. Shini MK, who is Chief Scientific Officer of TEMCOL, please come on the dais. Simple background of this session is this. Ministry is implementing centrally sponsored scheme of National Ayush Mission through states and UT governments. We are seeking proposal with respect to different activities from the states as per their felt need. They are submitting the proposal through state annual action plan with respect to different activities. It is related to infrastructure, with respect to equipment furniture, with respect to manpower, with respect to supply of medicine, with respect to different IC related activity, and with respect to different IT related tools and other things. After receiving the proposal, we are immediately approving the state annual action plan by the mission. After releasing of grant, it is required that effective strategy has to be developed for implementation of the activities. When grant comes to the state, now state has to take a call. Immediately they have to take a decision with respect to development of infrastructure. So they have to decide the agency who will work with respect to construction. Immediately they have to take a call how they want to procure medicine, to whom they want to give order, and what type of procurement mechanism they have to develop so that in an easy way medicine can be procured. Similarly, with respect to manpower, they have to develop a mechanism how effectively they can deploy the manpower with respect to implementation of the activity. Grant release hona, it is not a complete task. It is only one a single part. बट ग्रांट रिलीज होने के बाद धरातल पे उसको खर्च करके चीज़ों को क्रियान्वित करना, ये सबसे बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण टास्क है, क्योंकि जो कम्युनिटी है, जो हमारा समुदाय है, वो इस बात पे आश्रित है या डिपेंडेंट है या उस चीज़ को देखता है कि जो पैसा आया उस पैसे का खर्च होने के उपरांत जो सुविधा बननी है वो बनी या नहीं बनी, यदि बनी तो उसकी सुविधा हमें कब मिलेगी और अगर मिलेगी तो हम उसमें क्या क्या लाभ ले सकते हैं। तो चाहे मंत्रालय का हो या फिर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का हो या डिफरेंट स्टेक होल्डर्स जो इस कार्य में जुड़े हुए हैं उनका हो, उन सबका मोटिव एक ही होना चाहिए कि किस तरीके से ये सुविधाएं शीघ्र अतिशीघ्र हमारे जन समुदाय तक पहुँचें, उसके लिए कैसा इफेक्टिव मैकेनिज्म डेवलप किया जा सके, उसी के लिए इस पर्टिकुलर संगोष्ठी का आयोजन यहाँ किया जा रहा है। और यहाँ पे जो डिस्कशन होगा हमारे पैनलिस्ट के द्वारा, I would like to request all the respected panelists, please give your focus and attention on this particular point. Whenever you are seeking any order with respect to supply of medicine or with respect to supply of equipment, furniture, or with respect to any other activities under the NAM scheme, then which type of problems you have faced and which type of creative ideas you have developed, or you are thinking ki in this way if we are going to receive order, so we can facilitate state government in better way. Please highlight those points here. And in addition to that, I would also request to all the state representatives who are available at here, if you are having any suggestions or any thought, you please provide your thought and suggestion to our assessors. They will collect from you. With respect to our brainstorming, when we are going to implement our activities, we will think and we will analyze with respect to your thoughts how we have to do the needful exercise for effective implementation with respect to procurement mechanism under the National Ayush Mission scheme. So all are requested, if you are having any thought, any suggestion, please provide to our assessors. We will collect it, and if time permits, that will be addressed during the validity session, and if time not permits, then we will answer you through email. My humble request to all the panelists, please focus on the core areas so that fruitful discussion may be carried out here, and highlight the things in crisp manner so that everybody can understand the fact this is the problem and this is the way out. Now I would like to request, first of all, Dr. Shini Yamke Madam, who is the Chief Scientific Officer of TEMCAL, and they are dealing with the manufacturing of Siddha medicine especially, but they are also preparing medicine of Unani and veterinary related activities product. Please come and present your content as brief as you can and highlight the facts so that state government may understand how procurement mechanism can be simplified. Please.
Good afternoon to all. Actually, by a slide, I am from TAMCAL, from Government of Tamil Nadu Undertaking, a medicinal plant forms and herbal medicine corporation private limited. Actually, in behalf of our managing director through Ganesh IAS, I am presenting now. Next slide, please. Actually established in 1983, and it's this slide is our managing director through Ganesh IAS funding for COVID during COVID time, 1 crore rupees to Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, through M.K. Stalin. Next slide. We established in 1983 and we are ISO certified. Next slide. ISO certified 9001 2015, and we are registered under the Companies Act 1956. Next slide. Actually, we are having two manufacturing units, one in Pudukkottai district and another one in Chennai. And we are manufacturing around 175 medicines in Siddha 85, Ayurveda 45, and Unani 21, Naturopathy 13, and veterinary medicines 11. And we supply to medicines to the government institutions, PHCs, NRHM wings, National Institute of Siddha, ESA wings, local bodies, and private and sales counters. Next slide. Around 175 drugs, we are manufacturing 50% Siddha medicines. This is our customers. Next. This is our head office and factory. Next. Organizational head office. We are having each for procurement and supply chain management. We have division wise category, deputy general manager, production manager, and everything. Next slide. Next slide. Actually, next. We planning for the quality medicine production and best quality medicine at low cost. This is our main motto and policy. Next slide. Again the same, low cost with best quality medicine. For that we are go through so many struggles, but we achieved finally best quality medicine. Next. This is our factory premises. Next. Next. We are having each, as per the good manufacturing practice, we are having separate departments. Our main aim, procurement of raw medicine, acceptance, variety of raw materials, analysis during the raw materials, analyzing finished medicines, and even the procurement of equipments and instruments that which needed for the Ayush centers. Next. As per budget allocation, district Siddha medical officer giving the indent, quarterly. We are without any delay in time of supply or production. We are getting intent from our DSMOs and principals by quarterly, and we are following the strict tender process, and we are collecting cover A and cover B. If cover A or B sample selected by the technical scrutinizing committee only, we are opening the cover A, otherwise we are rejecting that raw material. Actually, as per our Siddha, Ayurveda, Unani medicines, authentic raw material only gives a best result. It's our motto and aim. So we are rejecting if
You focus on procurement issues of land
okay.
rather than factory.
Okay, yes sir, sure. Next slide. Next. Rejection of raw material itself, we can produce a procurement best quality. Next. From even prepared medicine, we are purchasing from high MPCL, Aushadhi, SKM, Homeco, etc. Next. It's delaying. Variety of, next slide. Next. Next. Actually, main focus on the production of best quality. And we are facing lots of difficulties in adulterant and inferior qualities, species, subspecies, raw materials. It shows the end product of the prepared medicine will be defective and it won't be a standard quality one. Next. These are the list of medicines we are facing difficulties while procurement of raw materials. For that purpose, we are scrutinized the quality control division firstly. Next slide. And we are engaging, apart from regular staff, we are engaging, next slide. Apart from regular staff, we are engaging almost 15 outsourcing supportive technical assistants, chemistries, pharmacists, botanists, and microbiologists. And we are distributing, after preparation, we are distributing all the 38 districts of Tamil Nadu, sufficient quality without any time delay. And quarterly, we are purchasing procurement of raw drugs and even the prepared medicine. Next. These are the 38 districts. Next slide. Next. And in-house pharmacy also we are procuring and preparing the medicines in government medical colleges like Siddha, Ayurveda, Unani, Naturopathy and Yoga. Next slide. This is a license profile of our state government regarding the preparing medicines and also drug licensing higher in Tamil Nadu only. Next slide. This is, we are cross-checking our purchasing raw procurement raw materials by the State Drug Testing Laboratory. We are rejecting using the high-tech instrument HPTLC, HPLC, GCMS, UVAs like that. Next slide. And as per pharmacopoeias, we are following. Next. Next slide. These all the parameters we covered for the next. For the exact species, subspecies of, if you take the Phyllanthus amarus, so many subspecies is there. Next slide. And we are crash checking every time that initially first 2 years only we suffered a lot by doing this analysis, quality control for procuring the raw material. Even the extracts, they won't give the prepared medicines specifications, in-house specifications or reference ranges. They don't know how to give, next slide please, how to give the reference ranges for regarding that particular item, saffron, honey, like that, everything, haritaki, bibitaki. Next. We are in Tamcol factory, we are focusing particularly regarding this one. Next. Next slide. Next. Even honey also we are going through the furfural test, aniline test like that. Next. If it is substandard, we are rejecting and we are blacklisting that supplier and we are going for the, if they are doing repeatedly 2 times, then we are rejecting and blacklisting for the 1 year. Next slide. Next. Saffron also we are. Next. Beeswax, we are particularly adulterant with the petroleum byproducts and it won't give the exact result. Next. Jackery also we are particularly going for the cooperative societies and to procuring for that. Next. Which one? And yeah, edible oils like ginger oil, coconut oil, castor oil, IP grade, everything, even camphor, eucalyptus. If you are scrutinizing in the raw material procurement itself, we can get the best results of medicines. In Tamil Nadu centers we are run and we given only Siddha medicines, and those who are admitted in ICUs, their lifespan is not there. But in during admitted in the COVID centers with only Siddha medicines, we saved the lots of patients. Even and if we purchase from the open market, they are de-oiled, and we are not getting exact like this. And milk, ghee, butter also for production, we are purchasing from the cooperative societies, even Musta, Cyprus rotundus, cloves. This, okay, actually we are for procurement purpose we are going for the tender, and tender we are having tender scrutinizing committee technically, and we are as per Tender Transparent Act we are following strictly. We are not going for the L1 to purchase even any instrument or any furnitures, and we are only following the best quality. If technical committee approves that one, then only we will go for the price cover. Otherwise, we open our price cover. We won't purchase L1, and we are purchasing as per the Tender Transparent Act best quality medicines for any item as per the specification of technical persons, and it should pose in the technical committee.
Now your medicines are coming into NAM, that we want to understand.
Yeah.
What's the process involved bringing sample medicines in the NAM project of community?
Yeah, our TAMCAL projects, Mahaperu Sanjeevani Kid, in that 11 medicines postnatal care के लिए 11 मेडिसिन है, उसमें हम अलग अलग ट्राइमेस्टर के लिए दवाई बनाते हैं. वो नाम्स के लिए we are particularly actually in Ayush Wellness Centers we are procuring every month 50,000 kits, and we are supplying to that every district without any delay. Those who are registering in the allopathy wing also, we are, if they are interested, they can get our Amma Mahaperu Sanjeevi kit. And in allopathy modern medicine system, they are procuring our Saubhagya Sundi Legium for the child care kit is there. They are the patients of modern wing, but they will receive the immediately after delivery they will receive the child care kit. In that Saubhagya Sundi Legium is available for their postnatal care and for the lactating period. And that Amma child care kit scheme, Saubhagya Sundi Legium, they are supplied by the allopathy modern doctors. In that also NAM scheme we are utilizing. And we focusing the school health programs and even for the medicinal plants in wellness centers.
Medicine order, but order mechanism we want to understand.
Okay.
Because states are facing that problem. So the other things, okay, please.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Yes. Actually, Madhumega Churnam. Yes, sir. Actually, we are preparing extracts-based Madhumega Churnam capsule. It is for the facial OPD of diabetics, and we are purchasing all the things through the cooperative societies, portal, and we are sales counter also with a 25% discount and OTCG, and we are focusing the herbal cosmetic products. And this is of the products launched online website, Amazon and our TAMCAL website. We are having Chavanprash, and with low cost comparatively, herbal hair tonic we are having Labusahir Unani medicine. During COVID, our Siddha wings, only Siddha medicines we are focused. The flagship Siddha medicines in our Tamkal, Kabasura Kudineer and Nilavembu, Adadodai, these are supplied to all the PACs and the government wings. This is a herbal cosmetic launch, the herbal hair wash, like that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving an insight with respect to manufacturing unit. Actually, I have highlighted in starting, our focus is with respect to procurement mechanism for the state. We are not going to understand how medicine are being procured, which type of medicine you are preparing, how what is the mechanism. We want to understand if state is going to place order to you, how you are going to facilitate them to supply medicine in time-bound manner. And what are the bottlenecks? Only we want to understand that things. We are already knowing all the manufacturing units are GMP certified. State licensing authority has given license. They are well aware with respect to different mechanism of the production. So please, this is my humble request. Everybody has to give focused attention only on the topic how they are going to receive order under National Ayush Mission from the state government, and after receiving order, how they are going to supply the medicine in time-bound manner, and if there is any bottleneck, what ideas they are having to address those bottlenecks. Please focus on these areas so that we can understand that this is the mechanism they want to develop, or they want to suggest to the state. Further, with respect to other details, for particular manufacturing unit, for preparation and other things, if anybody want to detail interaction, that can be done during the lunch hours and other things. With the particular unit, so that we can come a particular thing, which is the criteria of this particular conclave. Now I would like to request Aushadhi MD, please come on the dais and give, and please highlight only that issue which I have requested, because every state representative want to know some ideas how they can proceed with respect to better procurement. Please come.
Thank you, sir. First of all, very much thank to NAM for giving me an opportunity for Aushadhi to present before you all our problems and prospects and all these things, and respected personalities of the dais and of the dais. I will finish it with 5 minutes and 140 seconds video also I will show you. Beyond that I won't go. And as you know, Aushadhi is the largest and oldest manufacturer of the Ayurvedic medicines in the country in public sector. We have started in 82 years back, and it's 100% government-owned company. Our last year turnover is 174.86 crore. Aushadhi manufactures around 530 Ayurvedic formulations, which includes 34 proprietary products and 39 Siddha traditional medicines. Aushadhi supplies obviously in all over the Kerala hospitals, government and private hospitals. Then we have a supply chain of more than 100 dealers across the country, and we are supplying 22 states all our medicines. And our main focus is on, we are working in non-loan licensing or outsourcing. We are absolutely preparing all medicines in our own factory, and we have a center of excellence in Asava. And that capacity is 10 lakh liters per month. So still it is underutilized, only 5 lakhs, nearly 5 to 6 lakhs only we are producing per month, sir. And next. Yeah, these are all the some raw materials we are purchasing outside Kerala, sir. Yeah, it's coming. Next. So this will.
Penetrate
That's what's coming. So as for the NAM guidelines, at least 50% of the grant in aid should be used to procurement from CPUs, PSUs, and pharmacies and cooperative states. And this is the NAM guidelines. And next, please. Next. Yeah, according to advisory note from NAM on 2019, to ensure the quality essentials of Ayush medicines are procured, the state authority should themselves satisfy by inspecting the infrastructure, record samples, production capacity of the manufacturing units from where the medicines are being proceeded. But this is not at material till now. So we have a suggestion saying that, sir, the Ministry of Ayush themselves can prepare, formulate a committee, and this committee can go all the factories or what are the respective factories or production units, and they can assess the procurement quality, quantity, and their capacity, everything. And this is the one suggestion from Aushadhi. And another one is the GEM portal. We tried to include in the GEM portal. We registered, but not at material, and it says that we need a recommendation from Ayush. I think it will be solved very soon. That's what we are expecting. And another thing, sir. Now, one of the main problems we are facing is the delay in supply of order. Some very short tenure we are getting. Sometimes we are getting only 10 to 20 days for supply. So this will very much affecting our production unit, because most of the things we are not preparing and keeping in our store. So need-based preparation. So very short supply, it will affect our production, and at least 60 days we need to give the supply for effectively. So next. So and another one, our essential drug list says that AFI, API, and AH preparations. Okay. So Aushadhi sometimes have only one sort of preparation, and the states asking another preparation, or API list is another. So we are not able to get the license for preparing all the essential drug list with all parameters. So that also a very big problem facing by Aushadhi. And these are some quality assurance. I think everybody knows those. That's why I'm just skipping. And Ayush premium certification is very much essential, and we are getting. And some small delay in the same things, sir. That's all. And long term. And another one is again every year we are getting orders from different states. And instead of that, if it's possible for at least 1 or 2 years continuously, we can predict it and we can sell it on time, and it will help us to see damage of medicine center. And if we will prepare, just now our NAM sir is in Kerala, our NAM sir, and he also suggested one thing, and saying that one portal if we will register, and we will register in that all the medicines we will combine with all the hospitals, and we can get immediately, we can understand what are all the medicines we need and all. So that sort of computerized programs we can use. So these are all the main things I have to make it in the first. And one 40 seconds video also there, sir. Please.
Imagine what Mother Nature has in store for us. Rare herbs that can cure. At Aushadhi, we carefully collect them, test them, and turn them into authentic medicines. We have over 450 genuine Ayurvedic products, over 700 dealers, and millions of trusted users across India as testimony to our commitment to uncompromising quality. Aushadhi, for a healthy society.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And one more point. There is a misunderstanding against Aushadhi is that somebody filed a case against IMP's or central government, and there is a misunderstanding that is Aushadhi's made filed against. So that is not actually Aushadhi; it is some other company. And thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this.
We have clarity. We know that Aushadhi is not the party.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, and even for states also, they have clarity. I hope Aushadhi is not a party in that case. That we will cover now. Madam is there.
Thank you very much, Dr. T.K. Hirdik, MD Aushadhi sir, for providing a thought as well as suggestions here. And you have also raised some concern. We have noted the same and we will discuss in detail with respect to those concerns also. Now I would like to request Dr. Shobha Chandra, our MD HOMCO, for providing her thought. Please focus on the core areas which we have discussed as Dr. T.K. Please, ma'am.
Namaste to all. Thank you, NAM, for giving me an opportunity to present our problems here. Kerala State Homeopathic Cooperative Pharmacy is the next slide. This is our factory building at Padirapalli, Alappuzha. Next slide. Okay. Kerala State Homeopathic Cooperative Pharmacy HOMCO is the leading homeopathic manufacturing unit under the administrative control of Ayush Department, Government of Kerala. It was established in the year 1974. Regarding the procurement and supply chain issues, we are supplying all over government hospitals and dispensaries in Kerala. And regarding our supply outside, we have supply at Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and almost all states we have covered, but nominally, because at present we have only the capacity, so much capacity to supply all over Kerala only, but we have some supply in other states also, and we have our next slide. Within 6 months, our new division will be starting at nearby our present division. After that, we hope that we can fulfill all the requirements all over India. The second phase of expansion project is to be completed within 6 months. We are expecting that. So after that, I think that supply through NAM, we can fulfill all the issues. Next slide. And regarding our issue is with the procurement of raw materials. Can I discuss that, or no? That's not the issue. We are having the same issue as Aushadhi. We cannot. All one. We cannot register in GEM. That is one problem. And another is that we are registered as a cooperative society, and as per law, any 25% can join and become a cooperative society. But apart from that, we are a government company. We are not getting that facility when we are 50% is through PSUs can apply for that. We are getting that facility, but any cooperative society with 25 individuals can also apply for our position. That is the problem we are facing. But apart from, we are a government company, not only under the cooperative sector. So
what is the percentage of state share? 100%?
95%.
95%. No, that's okay. 95% state share is there.
95% state share is there. But
and do you have any competitors in the public sector?
No,
because
no.
Homeopathy, as per my knowledge, there is no industry in the public sector which is manufacturing, and only this cooperative society is there. I
Yes.
think you have no competitors. You have 50%.
No, but we
and
have.
whether you are able to supply demands as per the
No,
state demand,
at
you are
present we cannot
you
supply
can't.
all the demand.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We can utilize, all the states can utilize.
Yeah, within 6 months we are hoping. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your view with respect to your manufacturing unit. and hoping ki as and when they will complete the task of second phase unit, definitely they will cater the demand of the other states, because we are listening, we are facing problem from some states. Some states are saying we want to place order to HOMCO, but they are saying they are unable to provide medicine. So hoping very soon this particular task of the second unit will be completed. Now I would like to request Dr. Mukesh Kumar sir, MD IMPCL, to highlight his ideas and views with respect to procurement mechanism under National Ayush Mission scheme. Please, sir.
Respected dignitary, senior officers from the states, good afternoon to all. In Ayurveda industry, and particularly in Ayush industry, biggest problem is the availability of the medicine. Even doctor prescribe, whether it is the government doctor or private doctor, most of the medicine required for the treatment is not available in the open market. Even retail outlet is not serving the purpose of the need. Definitely after 2014 onwards, Ministry of Ayush created history in the country. Today, market size of the overall Ayush industry is 22 billion and 8 times bigger than the last recent development, recent few years, and CAGR is 14%. Next slide, please. Like Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, run various programs for the benefit of the people of the country, like National Universal Immunization Program, Child Health Program, National AIDS Control. Similar way, to make the availability of the medicine, whether it is the government sector or market, ministry has to play a big role. In my opinion, from the industry side, Ministry of Ayush also should run certain program related to malnutrition, immunity booster, hypertension, and respiratory care, dengue, anemia, and women and child health care program, prenatal, postnatal. And penetration of the market is also required. For that, some of the programs should be made the medicine available at the grassroots level, at the PSC end, even at the rural India, so that alternative method of the Ayurveda treatment should be created among the mass population. Today, more or less, our mass population is totally dependent on the allopathic medicine. During pandemic, awareness has been created and people now started Ayurveda looking as an alternative, for which it needs bigger role from the ministry side to create certain program for the welfarement of the mass people of the country. Next slide, please. And NAM should have the separate budget to run these programs at the PSC level, all the state and UT. Presently, Janaushadhi Kendra having 9,000 outlets. NAM can utilize also this Janaushadhi Kendra to disperse the medicine for the needy people and to popularize the medicine and user end. Next slide, please. Most of the state and UT, they are not able to finalize the tender, like Punjab, Bihar, they are not able to procure the medicine last 4 to 5 years. And particularly Bihar, their usage is very stake is very high. So all PSC is empty. Even they have decided to procure the medicine, but still they are not able to finalize the things. To overcome all these things, there is JAM platform, and most of the private company also registered on JAM, public sector company also registered on JAM, and JAM is not, if the products are available on JAM, a state should procure from the JAM. It is, although it is the state matter of the procurement, we cannot say, but preference for the Ayurveda, availability is the issue. So zero down to the process part, it should be always advisable, JAM platform can be utilized. To run the PSC 24/7 at the all state and UT, I also request Ministry to consider at least few items, although demand may be different from the state to state, for the run the PSC, medicine should be available. So any doctor prescribe the medicine, prescription should not be bounced. So for this purpose, at least 50 to 60 or 90, not the entire 340 EDL. I am looking for the target for the run the OPD, what are the medicine required, and take the indent from the state and directly give to the state in form of medicine instead of budget, so that medicine should be available to run the PSC. These are the things should be considered for the successful improvement in the Ayurveda treatment, but Ayurveda, Unani, even homeopathy, Siddha, and integration between all the segment of Ayush is also required. For that, thought process should also be given, how to integrate each other and share the knowledge each other for the betterment of the industry. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir. Dr. Mukesh Kumar, MD IMPL, sir, has given very good thoughts. He has raised his concern during the time of his visit. He has observed some dispensaries are lacking medicine, and he has suggested an idea that some list of medicine has to be recognized by the ministry as essential medicine, and possibility has to be explored whether that medicine can be directly in the form of in-kind services may be supplied to the states. We have noted the ideas, sir, whatever you have given here. Only I would like to mention here, as far as budget is concerned, NAM is having sufficient budget with respect to different program, and a dedicated program has already been introduced. Now ball in the court of the states. We are eagerly waiting how they are going to project different programs to us, so that we can support them, and community who are residing in the rural areas, they may get benefit of those particular programs and Ayush intervention with respect to their holistic approach of health. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. G. Prabhakar Rao, sir, Deputy Medical Commissioner Ayush, ESIC, to give an overview with respect to the procurement mechanism. Thank you, sir. Please come.
Thank you, Dr. Sureshji, for giving me the opportunity. Respected Kavita Garg Madam and dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, there are many senior officers here. Can I have slides? Dr. G. Prabhakar Rao, slides please. I am a Deputy Medical Commissioner in ESI organization, and we are dealing with the industrial workers, those who are having less than 21,000 rupees of the salary per month. So we are, and they contributed some contributions, ESI contribution. We used to spend their money to their social security, and one of the social security is healthcare security is also there. So this is the brief introduction about ESIC. And coming to the main topic, next slide please. We have procurement of the drugs in ESIC. We have DG ESIC Ayurvedic rate contract at present for non-IMPCL drugs. As per the recommendations of our secretary, Ayush secretary, Dr. Kotechaji, and the corporation member, ESI corporation member, Dr. Trigunaji, we have included IMPCL drugs in our procurement purpose. So earlier also we have the same guidelines with that of CGHS, but unfortunately we are not able to get the supply from the IMPCL in a proper manner in those days. That's why we withdrawn, and we prepared our own RCs for even classical drugs also. Later on we came to know that IMPCL having a lot of infrastructure and having all kind of things. So we have again incorporated this kind of procurement. So now it is in order now. So we have all the IMPCL drugs in our RC, and we have classical drugs. Apart from the IMPCL drugs, we have classical drugs 118 also for the ESI, DG ESI Ayurvedic rate contract, and we have drugs against disease category, we have 99, and we have ordered for the drugs for IMPCL 207, and total drugs at present we have 424. And coming to the homeopathy rate contracts, we have 589 category of drugs. So in allopathy system of medicine in ESIC, more or less 1000 drugs are there, and apart from the PSC drugs, there are 104 exclusively meant for PSCs, and they are all available in JAM. So there is separate RC for that. So here we can have such kind of thing also. So we can allocate some drugs to PSCs so that supply of chain may not be hampered. This is one thing I would like to make for the procurement system. Next please. And procurement priority in ESIC, the first priority is DG ESIC rate contract, whether it is Ayurvedic or homeopathy or Unani, Siddha, whatever it may be. So first preference will be the DG ESIC rate contract, and second will be the direct general supplies and disposables, state and other central government rate contract. If I have no rate contract, I can adopt the CGHS or any other state government rate contract also. And if it is not available, then we can go for rate inquiry, limited tender inquiry. And if it is also not available, then we can go for the hospital rate for preparatory medicines. Or if it is not there, if it is in emergency condition or in case of stock out situation, then we can go for the purchase from empanelment chemist, which is already done in another CGHS situations also, and government agencies, super bazaar, local market. These are the priority of the procurement in our ESIC. Next please. Generally we have different pharmaceutical firms, then you know that central PSCs, public sector undertaking firms, state PSCs, public, so cooperative limited. These are all the variety of firms which we have. So generally there are norms for MSME firms also, at least 25% of the procurement from the MSME, like that. And we have to see that Make in India status also. We have to see that even GEM status also. So all these things we have to consider while procuring the medicines. This is what we are observing in our ESI. Next please. So procurement model in ESIC, IMPCL and DG ESI Ayurvedic in which minimum 25% allotted to MSME firms. It is already DG ESIC homeopathic rate contract for the procurement of homeopathic drugs 100%. However, there are some medicines in which in our RC are not available, then they will go for HomeCo. Many of the ESIC, they used to send, we purchased some amount of medicine from HomeCo also, since the suppliers are not able to supply in a proper time. So HomeCo is already in our ESI situation, and again TAMCOL is also for the Siddha medicines. We have 51 Siddha units in Tamil Nadu, and we don't have any RC for that Siddha units. And we don't have any RC for Unani also. For the sake of Unani, I think we have the procuring from IMPCL itself and some other state PSCs also. So DGSIC for Siddha and Unani, since we have only 10 units across the country, so since it is a very meager, we are not able to provide any rate contract for that purpose. Next, please. Yeah. So ideal procurement for Ayush drugs, I think factors keep in mind while preparing the policy and reference to the government initiatives. One is Make in India status, vocal for local, encouragement to MSME firms, procurement through GEM. For central government institutions, I would like to make, it may not be correct, but we have to think on that line. For central government institutions, establishments, CPSU may be 50%, since it is governed by the central procurement. This is how I would like to make this kind of thing. And MSME 25%, it is already initiated by the government, and general firms 25%. This is what I would like to suggest here. Next, please. Ideal procurement for Ayush drugs for state institutions or establishments, CPSU 25%, state PSUs 25%, MSME again 25%, general firms 25%. Sabke saath, sabka vikas. This is what the present government initiations. So zonal PSUs, even zonal PSU also can be considered, may be developed covering 5 zones, east, west, north, south, central. So in order to have bulk orders, and supply chain is also will be going on well. Procurement of drugs through GEM portal only, not with any other mechanism. Next, please. Why leverage to PSCs? This you all know. It is government to government situation, and to avoid vested interest and uninterrupted supply of drugs. Employment to needed labor and service class also there, and vocal for local for state PSCs. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. G. Prabhakar Rao, sir, has given a great ideas with respect to effective procurement system. He has highlighted in detail how ESIC is doing the procurement, and he has also given some good suggestions with respect to PSC level availability of medicine for selecting or fixing of some of the important drugs, so that that can be available on the GEM, and accordingly order may be placed by the states for providing medicine to the facilities, so that OPD related activity may not be hampered. Thank you very much, sir, for providing valuable suggestions. And now I would like to request Dr. Kaustubh Upadhyay, sir. Achha, sorry, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. Madam Srimati Manju Sharma, Additional CEO, GEM. Please, ma'am, come on the dais and highlight how GEM can support to the states and UT governments with respect to procurement, not only for medicine, in other activities, other services also. Please, ma'am.
Good afternoon to everyone. In fact, I am happy to be here as part of this conclave. In fact, we wanted to connect with Ayush Ministry for a long time, and we did not get chance to meet with all the officials. Now this is, I think, the right time where all the state government officials are also available. So because we had only one ESCO-GEM meeting, we could not, it should have been much more interactive and this thing, but now I think this is the right time. Next, please. So I think everybody must be aware of government e-marketplace, and some of you may already be using government marketplace, but some of the state may not be using it. So I will just give broad overview of how procurement is done on GEM, and then coming to the specific to the Ministry of Ayush, medicines and procurement of services and other items available on GEM. So GEM is basically, everybody knows that it is a one-stop online procurement portal for government buyers, including central government, state government, PSUs, autonomous bodies, all. And Rule 149 of GFR enables the procurement through GEM portal. And this JAM is basically is established on three main pillars that were efficiency, transparency, and inclusiveness. And JAM portal provides all the procurement tools, procurement modes like direct purchase, e-bidding, e-auction, and PSC buying. All kind of procurement modes are available on JAM. Next, please. So JAM actually established footprints across India. We have integration with all government MCA, Aadhaar, and other PAN portals, so that just for online verification of the data. And we are regularly interacting with all the associations, sector-wise associations, and we have MOUs with all the states right now, so that we can get their problems are addressed, and we can handhold their procurement process. Next, please. So this is just a growth trajectory. Just I wanted to highlight, because since inceptions in 2017, and as on date, it is continuously rising, and especially for the current last financial year, the total procurement through JAM was 2 lakh crore transactions. So it was it was not expected. In fact, last time it was 1 lakh crore. We are continuously growing. And if you see the sector-wise procurement, the growth is for central ministry, it is 182%. CPSCs, they are just comparison of the last year only. CPSC's procurement is increased to 228%, and states is 183%. So everybody is contributing to the transaction and procurement through JAM. Next, please. So these are the basic advantages for the buyer who is procuring through JAM portal. It is an end-to-end system, starting from registration to procurement to payment. Everything is online, so there is no human interference, so it is basically more transparent. And then it provides the option for search, comparison, select, and buyer select the products accordingly, and buyer can take the conscious decision based on the output available. And then there are a lot of products are available listed against each category, so you can compare, you can get the best price for all the products. Bunching of products and services is also available. Suppose you want to buy more products and you need not go for bidding for each and every item. The similar items, at least you can bunch. For example, medicines. Medicines, instead of going for single item bidding, you can bunch all the bids, medicines, and go for bidding. So these are some key advantages for the buyers. Next, please. So as in the normal procurement, buyer roles are defined in JAM. So primary user, mainly primary user, can register their own organization, and they can create their role-wise buyers, consignee, indenter, and all the roles they can define, and they can monitor from their own dashboard the order processing of orders and all the what is the status of all the orders placed through JAM. And they can manage their users also. They can change the buyers. They can, suppose if somebody is transferred or somebody is posted out, they can manage their users also. Next, please. So these are the basic procurement modes available on JAM. That's first is the direct purchase. So as per GFR, up to 25,000 procurement, you can select any product from the JAM market and place the order. L1 purchase, you have to, that is for 25,000 and 5 lakhs value, you can select three products, and compare the prices and then go for L1 purchase. Maybe for states, it's maybe 2.5. It may vary from state to state, but for center, as per GFR, it is 5 lakhs. I don't, if you can, we can, whatever is the it is 5 lakhs only. But if there is any change, in any case, we can see it. Yes. And next is this bidding process and bid to RA. Suppose the buyer is not satisfied with the rates available in the bid, they can go for RA, reverse auction. And in the PSC buying is also available on JAM. Custom bid, suppose some of the categories which are not available on JAM, anybody can go for custom bidding with where they can specify their own specification, their own terms and conditions, and they can buy through JAM. And this push button procurement is recently started for a few categories where the buyer has, this is for up to value up to 1 lakh only. This is new provision given by the GFR. And for few categories, the buyer can go directly buy without any comparison and all that. So, next please. So, these are basically this category based bidding. Suppose whatever categories are available, you can select any product. See, 20.
Later, because we have other sessions also. Discussion part afterwards individually, madam is available.
Yes. So category based bidding, whenever you want to buy anything, the category should be available on JAN, the products and the suppliers should be available against those categories. You can select any category and then specify. The specifications are also laid down. You can add few specifications which you feel that these are also required. You can add your additional terms and conditions as per your requirement and then go for bidding. The custom bidders, I already told the categories which are not available on JAM, you can go for custom bidding. Next, please. So, if you are going for bunch bidding or BOQ bidding or where many items are available, you have the option for evaluation. You can go for total value wise evaluation, you can have schedule wise evaluation, you can have item wise, consignee wise evaluation, you can make the groups and do evaluation group wise also. These are just functionalities available for all the buyers. Next please. So these are the our focus area today. So 1500 plus healthcare categories are already available on JAM, and out of which allopathic medicines, 104 medicines are there which are reserved for central pharma PSUs, and apart from that we are also going for medicines which are open to private market also. And we have the Ayurvedic medicines also, Ayurvedic devices. There was a request from Madhya Pradesh government, so we have created those categories. And the classical medicines from IMPCL, 29 categories are already available, and I think many states are purchasing through IMPCL through JAM. And apart from the product categories, there are 280 plus service categories also available on JAM. I will come in detail the main service categories available, but 280 plus categories are available for services, and I think all the requirement of governments and any government department will cover under these 280 service categories. So especially out of this 280, 15 plus categories are related to healthcare sector only. So these are the medical products available, like any kind of, starting from the small bandage or gauze product to MRI, CT scan, X-ray machines, all categories are available on JAM right now. Next, please. Just before that. So for categories for quality point of view, the JAM internally has divided the products into 4 quadrants. And quadrant 1 is where only manufacturers are allowed to onboard. For example, we have started for medicines. Medicines we want only because being the critical item, we want its supply should be done only through manufacturers, not the distributor or so. And second quadrant is where the manufacturers and their authorized suppliers will be registered on JAM. And quadrant 3, basically OEM manufacturers are there, authorized suppliers are there, but in some cases where some manufacturers are not coming forward to register initially because maybe there may be limited manufacturers. So to have better competition, we are keeping them in quadrant 3 so that even there is no manufacturer available on JAM, at least their authorized resellers can onboard and the procurement can be done for those categories. And quadrant 4 is for simple categories where they like pen, pencil or the small items, we are keeping them on quadrant 4 where it is it is not that critical item. So, and for that the other requirement, the other parameters, we can have the mandatory certificate for quality point of view, mandatory certification, for example, for medicine, drug license, test report, GMP certification, all these we are making it mandatory. Next, please. So for any procurement process, I think there are some dispute between buyer and seller always. So we have the strong incident management policy. Whenever there is some deviation in the contract conditions or some deviation in the specifications, we are allowing buyer and seller to raise the incidents against each other if whoever is at the fault. So they can, buyer and seller both can raise the incident, and the incident can be raised against order also, incident can be raised against bid also, incident can be raised against the catalog. Suppose there's some catalog is placed in the wrong category or something. So anybody can go there and report to, it will be escalated to JAM and their suitable action will be taken against those suppliers. Next, please. So these are the main features and functionalities used for procurement process. Delivery period is staggered delivery period, and tolerance clause of 25%. In case of health ministry, it is 50%. Splitting of bids, you can divide those. If your requirement is too high, you can divide it into 2-3 suppliers. So splitting this. So these are this CMC, AMC for equipment. So all these are the functionalities available on JAM. Anybody can use it as per their requirement. Next, please. So these are the major service categories related to healthcare. Manpower outsourcing service. Actually, this service is being utilized by, I think, all the organizations. Everybody is hiring the manpower or outsourcing the manpower. So, and everybody is using the manpower outsourcing service, ambulance service. These are all related to healthcare sector. In fact, during this COVID time, these categories were quite helpful. It was utilized by all the hospitals, all the state government, central government. It was quite useful at those times. Next, please. So these are the Ministry of Ayush specifically. The procurement by Ministry of Ayush has increased, although from 2021 we have compared for 3 years. The last year the procurement done by Ayush Ministry was 118 crore. And the down is the bifurcation of product versus services, almost 50-50 or almost equal part of services and products. Next, please. These are the mode of procurement used by the procurement done by the Ayush Ministry, bidding process or the direct purchase or RA, and the total procurement, increase in procurement is 34% for products and 43% for services. So there is growth in procurement by Ayush Ministry also. As I mean, all the ministries, all CPSU, it is already seen that there is quite a high jump in procurement through GEM right now. So these are the basic procurement process and the functionalities available on GEM. And in fact, for allopathic medicines, we have 103 medicines specifically reserved for pharma PSU. There are 3 pharma PSUs, and as per the direction of their cabinet note, these medicines are to be purchased through these pharma PSUs. And but being the 3 PSUs, the requirement of because these are generic medicines, so the requirement was quite high. So we thought of going for opening it for a private market also, but there was a meeting with Secretary Pharma and after Ministry of Health also, after a lot of discussions, it was emphasized that for these 103 medicines, private players may not be allowed on the GEM portal. So similar thing I think we can do for the Ayush Ministry also, because Ayush Ministry, we have IMPCL, and there was a direction from Ayush Ministry that to onboard IMPCL, because their rates are fixed by Ministry of Finance, because for medicines it is very difficult to find the reasonable rate. What is the reasonable rate? So if it is decided by, like in this allopathic PSUs, their rates are decided by NPPA, and for IMPCL rates are decided by Finance Ministry. So it is easier for us to make this rate fixed for those medicines. There is, I mean, you need not go for bidding because rates are fixed. So irrespective of the value, you can go for direct bid buying for those. So even the states can go for procurement for these medicines, and if there is any other direction from the other Ayush Ministry for onboarding of other state PSU, so we want clear direction from the Ayush Ministry regarding the rates, what will be the rates, how the quality will be established, and what will be the parameters to keep in mind while onboarding them. And regarding this furnitures, I was hearing furniture, there are so many good companies, Godrej and all, I mean all companies are available on GEM portal. So furniture, all the procurement, I don't think there is any problem in buying through GEM portal. We have rather training sessions also for states. We have our regional facilitator, business facilitator in all the states, where they can go, they can give the trainings for if somebody is finding any difficulty in registration or any procurement process, and for any hand-holding also, they can use them for making a bid or any problem, whatever is related to procurement in any state. So we have reason, and all the names and phone numbers, email addresses are available on GEM portal for business facilitators across the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for giving a detailed overview with respect to different product categories as well as facilities available on GEM, and hoping all the states and UT government may get an idea which type of services available at there and how can they procure different types of product as well as how they can use different types of services from GEM. Now I would like to request Dr. Kaustubh Upadhyay sir, who is an advisor in the ministry and looking after drug policy section. Please sir, come on the podium and highlight the things in a nutshell so that this session may be complete. Please sir.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and my dear colleagues. See, the public perception of entire Ayush system depends on the quality of services that we provide on the ground in the field. If a patient comes to a PHC or our dispensary or health and wellness center or hospital, if we are not able to give him proper services, then whatever we build up the infrastructure, spend the money, all this will going to be futile. So unless we have the doctors, paramedicals and medicines, these three are basic triangle for continuity of services in our facilities. If we fail in any of these three, the perception of the public will change and the entire focus of what is our objective, that is going to be failed. Because our services will not reach to the people, beneficiaries, for whom we have created this big infrastructure. So, generally what we face is the recruitment part. Recruitment, always it is challenged with the petitions, and we take lot of time, years together to complete recruitment process. So we have to understand, we cannot allow these things get suffered in legal tangle. These are all basic essential services. So we should have an opportunity, we should explore whether if any legal, for example, Bihar, there was a recruitment was challenged and for past 4-5 years process is going on in the court. Can't we explore appointing contract-based person on urgent basis and make available doctors at our facilities? This should be taken as a priority, and government and the decision makers at the highest level of the state should take a stand whether there is a court case for regular recruitment or not. We have to ensure that that facility, doctors should be always available in our facilities. Without that, entire thing will get futile. So this is an essential service. We cannot afford that. We will wait for the court decision. Till that, we will keep the facility idle. That cannot be. The court also will not say it is wrong. Second is the medicine. Medicine, it's a grave issue, and I think Ayush Ministry, and before when it was Ayush Department, we have addressed this issue, and we are keep on supporting the states for having their own Ayush pharmacies, state Ayush pharmacies. Since 1990s, when I joined the service in the ministry, since that these facilities, the support is going on, and even now it is continuing. But I don't know why this has not taken shape, and still it is in very tender stage, and our state pharmacies who are having, I don't know, they are not able to meet the demands of our own states. The entire purpose of creating this state PSU, state Ayush pharmacy was that whatever our requirement, आपका घर में खाना है, आपको खाना अपने आप बनाना है, ये पॉलिसी था. इसीलिए तो IMPCL का क्रिएशन हुआ. IMPCL is formed because, see, the quality of Ayush medicines depends on the quality of raw materials. Whether the manufacturer puts all the raw materials required or not, that only decides the price also. आप केसर ingredient है, केसर रियल केसर डाल रहे हैं या जो भी मिल रहा है उसी को डाल रहे हैं, इसी पर उसका रेट है. और इट में thousands टाइम डिफरेंस में इट में मेक. ऑयल, हमारा इतना लाखों तरीके का तेल बनता है. तेल आप मिनरल ऑयल यूज़ कर रहे हैं जो भी मार्केट में मिल रहे हैं, या तिल्ली का तेल यूज़ कर रहे हैं, या नारियल का तेल यूज़ कर रहे हैं. Based on this, the price of the product will vary. So L1 concept will not fit into this. Quality is the primary, rate is secondary. That's why this concept of 50% reservation for PSU has come in the Ayush guidelines under NAM. So how to go ahead with this 50%? That is the issue which was bothering all the states actually. Earlier, our NAM guidelines were in general. We have given the free hand to the states, including IMPCL. We have mentioned IMPCL is because it's a bigger player and it has a capacity to supply most of the requirement of the state. Whether it is able to meet all the demands, we don't know. But still, comparatively, it can supply to the major demand. It can handle major demand of all the states. That's why we have mentioned the IMPCL in that category. Apart from that, you can use state Ayush pharmacy. If you have your own state, Gujarat has offered yesterday in the meeting that we have the facility, and any state, if they demand, we can supply like that, they have offered. So many other states have their own pharmacies. And apart from that, Aushadhi, they are from Kerala State PSU, Tamkol is there in Tamil Nadu, and so many other places also. Some state pharmacies are competing with the private also in the open market. And Supreme Court judgment, recent judgment came, where it has upheld the NAM policy that 50% should be from the state PSUs. They have not objected, but how to go ahead with that? They have said it is, in their view, it is the tender process only, unless there is any other exigencies or other compelling circumstances. That is the Supreme Court verdict. What are those compelling circumstances? If you go by tender process, tender mechanism depends on whether your rates are secret. If your rates are not secret, you cannot go by tender. You can go by quality tender, that's a different issue. Then issue comes how to decide on quality. That is very confusing matter, and you can't able to decide. So price tender, if you take L1 rate, when other PSU rate is open in the public domain, how you can go by tender process? That is the compelling circumstances for all the states. Everybody is asking how to go ahead further. Third, okay, you adopted tender process. How much process is involved? If you start, because now NAM expenditure, unless you spend 75%, you cannot get the next slot. Current year plan, you cannot avail. Now everybody is facing a problem on this. So if you go by this process, which go by years together, whether we can able to achieve our targets and whether we can give services to our beneficiaries at the ground. So this we have to take seriously. So even states have given the idea that we want central supply in kind. Many states have told, and I request all the states to give your opinion on this. We cannot go, the policy actually Dr. Prabhakar Rao has highlighted in brief, very brief and very well manner, the 25% to central PSU, 25% to state PSU, 25% to MSME, 25% open. This is actually, he has only exhibited what is the current policy initiative of the central government. It is already in public domain. That policy only he has highlighted. So that can be adopted. So out of 25%, instead of this tender process and all those things, can we able to decide by the kind services? And we can restrict, these are the medicines which can be supplied by the IMPCL if they have the capacity to meet the demand of the state. And states should explore what is our demand for the next 1 year or next 2 years. 1 year only is preferably. And if you give your requirement in advance, the central PSU can prepare in advance and ensure the timely supply, because you don't know when your tender process or procurement process will complete. So till that time you cannot place the order. When you get the approval of all the formalities, then if you give the order, you want it immediately. 15 days, actually Aushadhi MD has highlighted this issue. So 15 days, how they can manufacture and supply, it is impossible. So if we have a mechanism where our requirement should be known to the supplier or manufacturer in advance, so that he can plan, he can arrange his raw material, he can ensure the quality, and he can supply proper quality finished product for us. And if the quality finished product is received at our dispensary, our services will reach to the people, people will get benefited, then we will get the recognition, we will get the public acceptance. Unless we provide the quality services, public acceptance will not be there. Second aspect regarding GEM. Central procurement policy under GEM, whatever followed for the allopathic side, same we are following from the Ayush side also. At present, we are not going to make deviation, but there is a demand from Aushadi, which is a state PSU, for consideration including in GEM, and even private manufacturers also demanding these things. How to accommodate these demands, we have to explore. First and foremost thing is the quality, and second is to have the transparency. If you have two equal contenders, you can give a level playing field. If you have the PSUs whose price is already known in public domain, you can't provide the level playing field to over the GEM. That is the problem we are facing. So we will, what I suggest, you from the state side, you give your suggestions, your on this proposal, whether we can give certain 25% of the basic requirement. Suppose a person comes with fever, cough, pain, joint pain. These are all the things where common people will come to Ayush dispensary. And if he does not provide any treatment to them, then it will give very bad picture of our entire fraternity. So we can please give your suggestion. And regarding procurement of services, and just now we were discussing with the Secretary Himachal Pradesh regarding procurement of equipment. And GEM, they have already told, they have already got the companies enrolled in the GEM for the supply of equipment. So we can explore this GEM platform, and that is very easy, and it will avoid time consumption. It is already approved by the government as a policy level, and you have the competitors bidding for your items. So we can explore these things, and we can spend our money in a transparent way quickly. So I think this was very useful. I request whatever the presentation of GEM, it should be circulated to all state authorities. One more thing, my suggestion is the state coordinators of GEM, those contact numbers also should be given to respective state authorities under the NAM, so that whatever our spending expenditure we can make quickly. We can meet the expenditure guidelines also, so that we can achieve better targets and give quality services to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for providing a detailed overview with respect to procurement mechanism, especially of the medicine, and also in later stage you have highlighted the GEM model with respect to equipment and equipment as well as other facility. Now I would like to request Sri Anjan Biswas, Sir, Deputy Secretary Ministry, to felicitate our respected speaker by providing memento. First of all, I would like to request to felicitate Dr. Shobha Chandra, Madam. Then I would like to request to felicitate Dr. T.K. Hridik, MD OSD. Now I would like to request to felicitate Dr. Mukesh Kumar, MD IMPCL. I would like to request to felicitate Dr. Kaustubh Upadhyay, sir. It is requested to felicitate Manju Sharma, Madam. Please, sir, felicitate to Dr. G. Prabhakar Rao, sir. I would like to request to felicitate Dr. Shini M.K. ma'am. I would like to thank all the respected speakers for providing their valuable thoughts, suggestions and ideas, and hoping it will resolve a lot of issues with respect to procurement. और मैं अब आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप लोग लंच के लिए प्रस्थान करें, और दूसरी रिक्वेस्ट ये करूंगा कि जितनी प्रस्थान करने के बाद, लंच करने के बाद शीघ्रातिशीघ्र प्रयास करें कि 2 से 2:15 के बीच में यहाँ असेंबल हो जाएं. थैंक यू वेरी मच.